Hey, good to see everybody right here on 5 Plus. Have a really fun conversation about the Brewha Bushwack. Say that 3 times fast. I'm not going to try, but it is a fun name. You know Rick. Rick's been on this segment a couple of times. Rick Spicer leads up this really fun event that's happening in, I am going to say, I'm biased, I'm a Franklin County boy, God's country. The most beautiful part of the area, North Franklin County, right there in the mountains. What the heck is the Brewha Bushwack?
Yeah, so it's an outdoor adventure challenge is the easiest way to describe it. Some people call it an adventure race, but it's pretty different from your traditional adventure races, which are largely comprised of like mountain biking, trail running, and paddling. Well, we take it to a whole nother level, and they're doing the orienteering out in the woods with a map and compass. But there's all kinds of survival challenges and outdoor skills that you have to show mastery of in order to earn points, and that's how they compete. But there's also a nature knowledge component. They have to ID plants, trees, animal tracks. And in addition to that, there's a traditional archery 3D course. And they're doing all of these things all at once. And the slogan for the event is they race for points, not for time. So you can come in last and win if you earn more points through your woodsmanship skills, basically.
Okay, all right. So that kind of, I don't want to say it levels the playing field, but it certainly may benefit somebody that has a different skill set.
Yeah, like traditionally, the best athletes will often win, right?
Sure.
You have to be able to navigate, but after that, the best athletes are win. And when I started this event, I really wanted something that people could kind of showcase their skills and their knowledge of nature and again, their woodcraft skills, and be just as, if not more competitive than someone that was really athletic.
So someone's listening out there today and they're thinking, hey, I'm good at that. I could do that. I could get my buddies together. Awesome, but you're going to need to spend the next year preparing because you're full this year, right?
We're full, yeah. The competition, fortunately, for the last several years, fills up really quickly.
Oh, no way.
The tickets go on sale to around mid-January, and usually in less than a month, it's full.
Okay, but there's opportunities to come out.
There is, yeah. So there's an outdoor festival component that's going on simultaneously with the competition.
There are birds?
And so, yeah, at Birds Adventure Center. And for that part, it starts at noon on Saturday the 5th.
Okay.
And you can bring your family down. There's lots of stuff for kids to do, a lot of interesting primitive skills practitioners. There'll be folks down there building bows, flint knapping, doing all kinds of cool stuff. So it's kind of like you're combining old school and new school. You've got these like primitive skills and traditional knowledge going on, but then you've got gear companies with kind of the latest in backpacks and footwear and outdoor equipment and things like that. And then we've got local breweries, so like Fossil Cove, Crisis, Point Remove, Bentonville Brewing Company will have their beer down there. We'll have some evening entertainment and just a lot of fun outdoor stuff going on.
All right, that sounds like a lot of fun. My thought is, there was some chatter here at the station that maybe we ought to get a team together. Before I commit to something that I'm not capable of doing, I think I might want to come out and just watch.
Absolutely. I always recommend folks that have heard about it, but they're not sure, just come on out the first year, come to the festival, enjoy yourself, meet some people, and then you'll have a much better idea of kind of how it all works for the next year.
Tell me about the teams that win. Like, what's their background? Do they train for this? Are they just some rock stars that are just like studs at anything they do?
It's one of the things I think I'm personally most proud of about this event is that we have men, women, young, old, people from all demographics. And that was very intentional for me from the beginning. I didn't want just a bunch of strong guys to come in there and crush everybody.
Sure.
So you need a really well-rounded team. It helps to be fast and to be able to move through the woods quickly, but having someone that has technical skills, they can tie knots, they can build shelters, they can make fire, things like that. You need a good navigator though, someone that can read a map. You need someone that can identify signs in nature. And so it takes a really well-rounded team for them to do well.
Okay, so this is more than me and my buddies at the gym are just jacked and we can run a quick mile.
Way more than that.
This is a lot of mental ability too.
It's much deeper than that, and it's specifically designed so that you have to have good teamwork in order to do well.
Dude, I love this. How long has this been going on?
This is number 11, race number 10, year 11.
Okay.
We missed the pandemic year.
Oh, yeah.
But outside of that, 2015 is when it started, and it gets more and more fun every year.
How many teams are competing in this?
This year, there's 43 teams.
43?
168 competitors.
No way. Is there a maximum amount of people on your team?
You can have a team made of 3 or 4 people, but by far, most teams are 4-person.
Okay.
And the larger team, because of the design of the event, a larger team usually is helpful to you.
Sure.
Yeah, to have more people.
Do people train all year?
I wouldn't say they train all year, but they get quite serious in the spring or in the late part of the winter. In fact, I do classes leading up to it. I've done 2 already, and we're doing things like making fire and reading maps and building rope mechanical advantage systems and improvised litters. There's always a first aid component to it as well.
Sure.
So it's really the ultimate test of woodsmanship. You know, can you come out and I really like I don't want them to just memorize things I show them. I want them to show us what they know.
They want to, you want them to learn.
And how they can problem solve.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about. And it's really, at the end of the day, about camaraderie and a way for people to come together and be challenged, but do it in such a beautiful place down there in the Mulberry.
Oh, man.
And we wrap up the day with a really fun award ceremony where they win awards based up on like first, second, and third, but a lot of the most fun awards are things that we make up on the spot.
I love this.
So, you know, sometimes we have a team that might race with their dog and they get like best team dog award, or, you know, the guy or the woman, whoever that does the best at the archery component, they might win an award. And it takes a crew of 50 volunteers to run this event, and the volunteers will make up awards based upon the performance of the teams.
That's so cool.
And it's a lot of fun.
This is really cool. Okay, 2 questions for you. Number 1, we want to go watch. Where can we find more information there?
Either brewhabushwack.com or packratoc.com. My business Packrat is the primary sponsor, and I created the event 10 years ago. So pretty much anything you need to know, you can find out at Packrat.
And I assume that same packratoc.com website is where you could find information about the classes that you teach.
That's correct. Yep.
Okay.
If you just go to hit the events button on the website, it'll take you to the classes and you'll find out about those.
Rick, super cool. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of 5 Outdoors. We'll see you back here next week.